Welcome back to the radio room. We're once again looking at the HW 101 that just had a Spicy Electron Magic Smoke event. Figured I'd give you all an update. I worked on this a little bit last night, checking some things out, verifying things, and then did some work on it today. So first off, let's go ahead and take a look at as you can see right here, I do have some new magic smoke pellets in there. These got all the smoke on the inside. I collected some of it in my nose, but I couldn't reuse any of it. So do have the two new 100 ohm resistors in here. You'll also notice I put some spaghetti tubing on this one. It probably doesn't need it, as long as nothing ever brushes up against right here. It's fine. I also made sure there's just a little bit more gap between the these two shields and where the resistors are. I also got them placed, and I know this sounds a little weird, but I got them placed. If they should bend, they'll hit the body of the resistor instead of one of the leads. Just in case if something gets bent down. And then if this one, I mean, there's a little bit of gap in there between the resistor body and the spaghetti tubing, but hopefully nothing should ever hit it right there. I did pull out one side of the RF choke that I suspected might have been burned. Just pulled out the top leg, the most accessible leg, carefully bent it back, looked at the choke. It looks beautiful. That burnt part right there that we looked at in the other video, I think that almost maybe came from when this resistor right here got hot. I think it actually burned where it was going through the board. It was arcing right there as well, which was blowing stuff through the hole and then onto everything. I cannot find anything black on the RF choke. It's red coated enameled wire like most inductors, and it all looks fine. So I put it back in there. Changed the resistors. I also did put some shrink tubing, heat shrink tubing on that one neutralizing wire, just to make sure it can't hit that again. It's got to be close, just so it's got the right capacitance in it. So we'll figure that out, if it's gonna work or not. Hopefully I don't have to readjust that neutralizing wire, but I do feel more comfortable if I need to, just from the fact that it's got heat shrink, and I went a little bit past the end of where that bare wire was, so it's actually got more heat shrink tubing, extends past the end of it, so that in theory it shouldn't have a problem now. Basically what I want to do now is see if the radio's going to work. So but we're going to watch this while it does it, in case to see if there's any more spicy electrons that are getting out of their conductors. So I'm going to pause a moment. I'm going to reposition the camera, get the radio probably set up on its side so we can kind of see through here. I do have the cover removed over the band or the switchboards, so we'll be able to see better. So give me just a moment and we'll come back with that. Okay, so I got the camera set up here. I do have some of the light off. That way if we see any arcing, it's going to show up a little bit easier. I do have the radio through the dim bulb tester, just in case there's some other shorting here. Maybe it'll draw, before it draws too much current to take out the transformer or anything else in here, it'll limit the current. I do have some different bulbs in the dim bulb tester. I'm going to set that as an inset here. I kind of like these bulbs. They're the really old style looking bulbs. That's got the multiple filaments that come down. So, and they're 60 watt a piece. So feasibly 120 watts total, but if they go to full 120 watts, we got a short. So this radio, I don't think it'll run even with the bulbs in line with the 60 watt bulbs, but it's going to tell us if we have our initial flash of capacitors charging and then dim down. If it dims down, then we're probably running okay. We can go to bypass, send full power to the radio, and see if the radio is going to work. Do you have the speaker hooked up? I do have an antenna hooked up to it as well. I have it on 20 meters. It's during the day, so if there's something to hear, maybe we will hear it. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the power on to the dim bulb tester. We're in current limit right now. And we're going to turn the radio on and see what happens. So we should see a kind of the bulbs go bright and then dim down. And I'm going to watch the meter at the same time. It should just about basically peg the meter, full scale on the meter, SW, or the meter on the radio, and then slowly back off. And after it backs off a bit, we should start hearing something, hopefully, once we go to bypass. But we're going to do basically to see, make sure nothing's totally shorted out. So watch up in this area. This is where we have the problems. Those resistors are right up here. You can't see them. But if something goes wrong, you'll probably see the flashing in this area here. And the RF choke will be over here. That looked good. Hopefully it's still good. Let's find out. So here we go. Well, apparently, yeah, it's getting a little dimmer. I do have some pilot lights coming on. I do have some meter deflections, so those are getting dimmer by the second, so I don't think we have any shorts. I don't see anything, no smoke coming out. I'm going to go to full power. Pilot lights came up and the needle went full and it's dropping. And we should hopefully get some audio. And I'm starting to hear some static, so that's a good sign. Alright, so let me see if I can peak this a little bit. I do hear a tone in there, like somebody's tuning. Let me tune around a little bit. Yeah, that's somebody tuning. So I think we have receive. And I hear some voices.
Victor Alpha 7 Lima Tango X-ray 59 Hotel Alpha Romeo November 59 Hunter Richmond BC Canada 6 Kilo 4 Tango Charlie Golf.
Okay, and obviously we got some voices.
Victor Echo 59
Actually pretty good reception right there. Okay, let's try, what if there's anything on 40 meters? Just make sure at least another band is working. And there might not be anything on 40 right now.
Tom said he didn't remember it, but he would have to get look at it again and see if he couldn't figure it out. But it could be something like that, but it's just really bizarre that it works so well on 2 meters, and it works well on.
Okay, and still don't see anything odd. No smoke, no sparks, no nothing. So that's a good sign. I just kind of want to do a really quick video update, see if this thing worked. I'm happy that it worked. With what went on with it, what components were damaged, and the reason for it. I'm fairly confident if the radio's working now that it didn't take anything else out with it. Like I said, it was a fairly short amount of components involved in the incident. So I think it focused all the damage just to those few components, and it seems like the RF choke is still working. That it's obviously getting the 300 volt B plus to the tubes that need to get to it, which some of those do work on receive, including I believe the driver is part of the actually works on receive as well. I'd have to look that up. I might be confusing that with a FT 101, but I think we're good. So I'll continue on with trying to get everything on. I'll get the cover plate back in here as well. I just wanted to have it out of the way in case anything went wrong before everything totally went wrong. Maybe I could kind of see where there was a problem if there was something arcing. But other than that, I think we're back to where we were. Still got to see about this crystal right here. I did do some continuity checking through the band switch. And I just need to check. I think it's in the heterodyne oscillator is the problem, because I can't even get the appropriate voltage on the alignment for the 29 megahertz. So I think the crystal's bad. I did check from where the crystal runs through this side of the band switch, comes out, and then switch to the right coil right there. And I had continuity through there, so if it's getting through the crystal, or it's getting to the crystal, it's coming through and it's getting to here, and the other bands do work, that really only leaves the crystal or the coil. And the coil checked out with the continuity check, best I could tell. So I'm kind of leaning towards the crystal. I'll probably see if I can find one of those. I think it's a 37.895 megahertz crystal right there. I'll see if I can maybe find one and see if we can get that replaced, and maybe that'll get 29 megahertz done. At that point, I'll do a realignment on the radio, going through all these heterodynes, get everything set up there, especially when you're doing the grid and the plate, the driver grid and driver plate. You have to do them in a certain order, and this one's like, I don't know, the third one out of all of them. The 29 megahertz one. So, and that can affect the other bands as well. So I might be able to get better performance out of the radio if I can get 29 megahertz working. All right, so let's see. Kind of tune around here a little bit. Oh, and these bands work great. These new rubber bands, whatever you want to call them. One thing I want to do is I want to make sure the calibrator is still working. So let me get up to one of the hundreds. Yep, the crystal calibrator is still working. Okay, So, thanks for stopping by. Just want to give you an update. Got the Magic Smoke stuffed back into the radio, and it seems to be working. So, I'll probably bring up the next video. Might be a transmitter test. A few things I do want to go back over, just to kind of verify everything. I think I need to still do the sideband fade, or the, what do they call it? The shift adjust, just in case, to make sure lower sideband and upper sideband are sounding the same. But other than that, probably move on to possibly a transmitter check and stuff in the next video. Hopefully that'll be the plan. Go over a few things, make sure there's no more surprises waiting, and well, we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.